For any new
Yeah.
listeners, this is where I'm going to ask you your opinion on a plugin or a piece of gear. You hit me with plug if it's something you love and you use a lot, unplug if you don't like it, or bypass, make inactive if it's something that you have never used and you don't know too much about. Here we go. First one, Sound Toys, the Q.
Unplug.
Unplug.
Yeah.
Have you not used it or you just don't like it?
I've never used it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sleeper because
Yeah.
mostly
Love Sound Toys though.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
mostly everyone has it because I don't
Yeah.
know who's
It
buying.
comes with the bundle.
It comes with the
whatever.
bundle for our listeners. Buy it on
Yeah.
Black Friday or like their summer
Yeah.
sale, and you get everything. But it's like it's funny. It's like a thing that I would have never bought by itself.
Yeah.
But because it's there, I use it personally for like it's a really good like mid-range popper outer
Okay. Cool.
because it also has that like drive knob.
Right.
And it like does really well in that like 1 to 3K area for like guitars and bass.
Cool.
Whereas like I just want to like poke it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's usually what I'm grabbing it for. It's a fun little.
You've inspired me. I'm gonna try it. Now.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I would
Yeah.
never buy it, but it's there.
Right.
So it's like why not?
Yeah.
You know. Next plug. I'm curious if you use this one, the Waves Abbey Road Chambers Reverb plugin.
The Waves Abbey Road. I've never used it.
It's a sleeper one.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's like a plugin that, again, I would never really tell anyone to go out and buy it.
Yeah.
But I have like the Waves, the monthly thing.
Recently I just got the Capital
Oh,
Chambers Reverb.
That's better.
The UAD one, which
Yeah.
is great. And also Valhalla Vintage Verb.
It's just the GOAT.
It sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, the chamber in there is good
Again,
too,
like
yeah.
the Abbey Road Chambers is like, for me,
Yeah.
would probably be like an unplug. Like I would never buy it.
I don't use a ton of waves.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
I have the monthly thing because it was
Yeah.
like, it's like, to me, it just makes sense.
Right.
And they've released a couple new plugins that are actually quite good.
Cool.
A couple of their like AI-ish plugins
Yeah.
that they've made recently.
You know what
are
I
good.
use on almost everything? Waves plugin that every song, but so many tracks. The S1 Imager.
Yep. People don't know about that guy.
I use it on almost everything.
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
for like placing things,
Yeah.
and if I have like a guitar that maybe I Haas effect, so it's
Yeah.
wide, but then it's too wide, like just placing it in the
Right.
mix, it's really good for that.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
funny that
And with reverbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
It just, like,
reverbs
does
are too
it-
wide. Yeah.
it does the thing. Again, I
Yeah.
don't know what it's doing,
Yeah.
but it does the thing.
Yeah.
Next piece of gear.
Yes.
I'm curious if you ever used one of these.
Yes.
The Chandler TG2 preamp.
I don't have one, but I have used it plug.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
What if when you use it, if you remember, like what did you like about it?
I think if I'm remembering correctly, we used it on a guitar once back when I was in New York.
Yeah.
And I think we drove the input a lot.
That's where it's special.
Yeah, kind of got that like 1975 distorted
Yeah.
guitar sound. Yeah.
Yeah. For our listeners, like, the most used preamp of all time is like the Neve 1073.
Right. Yeah.
This is like the TG2 is, I call it hairier.
Okay.
It's just like, that's how I describe it. It's just like a little hairier and dirtier.
Yeah.
Like than the 1073.
Yeah.
So I don't have one. I used to share a studio with someone who did have one. So I've
sick.
used it a ton. I'm eventually am going to buy one. But it's just like a completely different like tone than a 1073.
Yeah.
It's just hair. It's like how else describe it, but hairier.
Yeah.
And like also not enough people do it on 1073. Like driving it,
Right.
it's just like it gets a cool,
Yeah.
really dope sound.
It
But
really does.
yeah, another one I'm curious if you've ever used because this is a really slept on
Okay.
plugin in my opinion. It's an instrument VST. The Prince. It's a synth by
have
Cradle
used it.
Audio. Yeah.
Yeah. I have plug.
Yeah.
Plug. Yeah. Plug, but I think it's dope. But plug with a low pass filter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Which is very easy to put on.
Right, exactly. I think it's really dope. I think for me, some of the sounds are too bright.
Yeah.
But when I just cut a little off, then they sound perfect.
Cut it off, or you like put like a tape emulator on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I found
yeah.
with some
But
of
it's
these.
dope.
Yeah, with these like synth instrument VSTs, where it's like sometimes for my taste they're a little bright.
Right.
But then I put a tape emulator or classic like RC20 or something on
Right.
it. I'm like, oh okay, like now it's
Right.
like
Now
tamed
we're in-
and a little bit
yeah.
more rounded.
Yeah.
And like the things that I'm looking for.
Right.
But yeah, like not enough people know about that guy. And there's some like really
It's good.
unique sounds on
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
It's made by not collaborated with Frank Dukes, a big producer.
Right, right.
For anyone curious, you can get it on Cradle Audio. The people who make like God Particle
Yeah.
and stuff. Next plugin. And I didn't ask you if you did use a clipper on your mix bus, but I'm curious about this one. The Ash Clipper by Acoustica Audio.
I haven't used that. Yeah. I don't use a clipper on my mix bus. You know what? I've toyed with it for sure, but I already have so many things on there. Sometimes I just feel like it's not really, I'm not getting as much out of it. Yeah. But I do use it on my drum bus a lot.
A clipper.
Recently, I've been using the Gold Clipper.
Yeah, Gold Clipper's really great.
Which is really good.
I just bought it recently.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Before that, I had K-Clip.
Also great.
And then obviously, it's if you're looking for that sound. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ash Clipper, it's kind of expensive. It's like, I think it's like
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's $200 or $300.
That's expensive for a clipper.
It's expensive. I only bought it because this other guy I produced with a lot. He bought it, and I just needed it to like be compatible. It's good. It's something you definitely, this is more for our listeners, something you definitely need to like mix into, because not only is it a clipper, but it's also introducing harmonics, and it's really shaping a mix. So it's like the second you put that on, you're like, oh, this record is different.
Yeah.
So it's
changes.
It's dangerous, but it's like good.
Yeah.
I've actually stopped using it, but just because I've been making like really like more warm sounding records, and that guy's like aggressive in a good way.
Ash Clipper.
Yeah, Ash Clipper.
I'm gonna check that one out.
I'm sticking with Cradle Audio here because, like I said, I really loved your drums, and I was curious if you have used their new plugin, Orion.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun. It's like
what is it?
It's made by Jason Joshua, who did God Particle, and it's made for drum bus. So it's like very similar thing to God Particle, where like it has a couple things that you can turn on and off and like do the thing. And I've been really liking it.
Cool.
It's like a great way to like kind of shape drums quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like plugins with like a couple knobs that you just kind of turn and you're like better or worse.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's a fun one.
Check that out.
Next one I'm curious about too, because like I said, I really love your guitar tones. Curious if you ever use the Waves guitar stomp.
Yeah. I do like that one. Yeah, it's good.
Any stars on there that you really like?
I think I haven't used it in so long.
Yeah,
I don't
it's like you forget
fully
about it.
remember. Yeah, but I have used it, and I do remember liking it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny is because you're talking about spring reverbs. I actually like the spring reverb.
Really?
On the Wave stomp thing. It's like, I don't know, when you want that like very classic guitar spring reverb, it's like it does that really well. And
the Logic pedal board
is quite good.
Also really good.
Yeah.
So I think once I got into that, I moved away from the Wave stuff, but they have really good fuzz pedals in there.
Yeah.
Tremolos, choruses, spring reverbs. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my pedal board set up now.
Oh, sick.
It's like actually I just end up using it.
Yeah.
Going into it a lot because I have it set up with a splitter where I can have it go either DI or into my Kemper or into my real amp.
Oh, cool.
So it's just kind of like they're all always kind of on.
Yeah.
And I can just
that's dope.
Do it up. I'm back. I was like off real pedals for a while, but like I'm back in it.
Yeah, they're so fun.
It's not going to be good for my wallet. Yeah. It's just not. Next plugin is one that we ask on every plug or unplug segment. CLA vocals.
Oh, right. I knew it was going there.
It was coming.
Plug. Yes.
Do you use it a lot or just kind of every once in a while?
Every once in a while, but you know what I use it for? Like background vocals. To save DSP, and if I want to just do quick processing on a harmony bus or a background bus, and I don't want to do my full chain, I do it a lot, and sometimes I end up keeping it. Yeah.
I mean, the thing about CLA vocals is that like it has a sound,
right?
But I've never really done it for that.
Yeah.
But that is smart.
Well, because my vocal chain is so CPU intensive that if you want to just save some space in it, they're in the back enough for things that aren't in the front.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Yeah. I know people hate on CLA
I'm a plugger of CLA vocals.
Yeah.
I think like the people who hate on it are just like, mind you, some of my best friends hate on it.
Right, yeah.
Who are like a little bit like, smelling their own shit about it. I love you guys, believe me.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, I don't know if it works and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of my view for everything. Like,
oh my God, me too. Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Like let's just print it and move on with our lives.
Right.
And like I've done that plenty with CLA vocals.
Right. Yeah.
Next plugin for listeners, the last plugin we ask on this is a usually very widely used plugin. For you, it's going to be Valhalla Delay.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course.
It's always
Plug.
it's always plug.
Yeah, plug.
But
Yeah.
we just
yeah.
get to talk about it.
I don't use it as much, like as a delay.
What's your go-to delay?
Sound Toys, Echo
Okay.
Boy. Yeah, but what I do use it for is like weird slap short delay sounds or.
They just recently added 2 new modes to it.
Oh, cool.
Like last
Yeah.
month. It's like a free update.
There's some presets in there that just like the more experimental presets I use it for.
Yeah.
You can get kind of like cool weird sounds, but just for like basic delay, I use Sound Toys Echo Boy.
Yeah. It's funny, for when I want the dumbest basic delay,
Yeah.
I'm using H delay.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's
yeah.
the dumbest, most basic delay.
Right. Yeah.
And it's funny. I actually, I'm like the opposite of you. I only use Echo Boy for when I want like kind of like a tape slap.
Interesting. Yeah, there's good ones in there
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
and then for Valhalla delay, like Valhalla delay is like my kind of go-to delay now for
Right.
like everything. It's in my
Really?
vocal. Yeah, I just love. I know it so well.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Echo Boy.
Yeah,
I just learned production on it.
right,
Yeah.
right, and it's
So-
like, there's just like something about like all the Valhalla stuff. It's like they can look complicated, but they're actually not. They're like pretty simple,
Yeah.
and you're really only touching like a couple knobs on any of their plugins.
Right.
And they're also, they just like, I appreciate plugin companies where it's like, oh, the plugins just work.
Yeah.
There's no problems.
It's nice. Yeah.
They just
Right.
work.
Yeah.
That's also why it's like I'm a big proponent of like Waves. Their plugins never fucking crash.
Yeah.
They always work.
And there's not some weird licensing. You need the portal and the this and the that, and you know,
I'm actually
Valhalla,
dealing
you
with-
buy it
Yeah, it's there.
and you get it. Yeah.
I'm actually
Yeah.
dealing with this I'm actually a little annoyed at Sound Toys right now.
Yeah.
Because it's my own fault, but I finally lost my iLock
Oh no.
after having it for 15 years.
Oh gosh.
Yes. And so
Wow.
I've been dealing with that. And honestly, it wasn't as big of a headache as it's been.
Yeah.
But
Because so many companies are moving away from it. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but like
Yeah.
most of them, it's like they make it so it's like cool. You just send them this like information and they just like do it quickly.
Yeah.
But Sound Toys, they're like, yeah, we're having problems with iLock, and it's like, and so I literally, my temporary licenses just expired on
oh
Monday,
gosh.
so I don't have my Sound
Yeah.
Toys plugins right now, and I'm like emailing them like, guys, what the fuck's happening? Like
Right.
you
know what else I like about Echo Boy actually that I don't know if you'll have to tell me if Valhalla Delay has this, but the saturation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Does it have
I
that?
use Valhalla Delay as a tone box all the time.
Okay, so I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
So basically, it's like it depends on the mode, right?
Yeah.
Not all the modes have a drive knob, but
Okay.
most of them do. But here's a fun
because
little-
Echo Boy has like a plethora of
So one of my favorite distortion sounds, funny enough.
Yeah.
You should write this down. So show our listeners. Valhalla Delay has this ghost mode. I don't know what it's emulating, but it's just called ghost mode. It turns it gray.
Yeah.
That distortion sound is my favorite distortion sound.
Really? Wow.
Yes. So basically, for our listeners, how you kind of make it a distortion box is you put the mix to 100, you put the delay to
Feedback
zero,
to zero, yeah.
delay to
Yeah.
0 milliseconds, and you just drive it.
Oh,
And
wow.
it sounds so fucking cool.
Sick.
It's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's
Yeah.
just like a really cool distortion set.
I'm gonna write this
Yeah.
down too.
But
yeah.
ghost mode on Valhalla Delay.
Ghost
I've hit up Valhalla multiple times.
Yeah.
Being like, yo, can you guys just like make a
Make this a
distortion
plugin?
Just like
Yeah.
make a distortion plugin.
Yeah.
Like because like most of their things like have distortion on it. And
Right.
Just like just give me that.
Right.
Because what sucks is that most distortion I want to like mix in. My technique for distortion, and I'm not saying I made this up, is like for decapitate or anything, I like to drive the fuck out of it
and then mix
it in.
Yeah.
because I really want to hear those
Right.
harmonics.
Yeah.
And you can't, at least with Valhalla Delay, you can't use the mix knob because it immediately gets phasey.
Oh, okay.
Because even though the delay is at 0 milliseconds, I
Yeah.
don't think it's actually 0. I
Right.
think it's like,
0.000,
even if it's like 2
whatever.
samples over,
Yeah.
it's doing something where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is now out of phase and I can't.
Right.
So you have to like kind of keep it at 100, which sucks. So I don't know. We'll see. Valhalla, if you listen to this,
Make
please
a
do.
distortion
Make a
plugin,
distortion.
yeah.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Everyone will
I'm
buy it.
signing this petition as
Yeah.
well.